Okay, folks, so we are still in the HOV lane, still behind this Dodge. Was putting on a show for us.
And what road are we on?
This, once again, is the Long Island Expressway, eastbound towards Riverhead. Notice the sign above says if you want to go to exit 40, here's where you exit the HOV lane. Otherwise, we're staying in it. Notice the diamond on the road. That tells us that that's the HOV lane. Watch for the diamond on the road. You'll see them periodically.
There it is. Yep.
That's indicating that it's the HOV lane. The double barrier absolutely cannot cross. If you were to cross the divider, it's worth big fines and big tickets, big prices. Points on your license. Points on your license, what's that about? Well, New York has what they call the point system, the driver violation point system. Now, this applies to people. We're going to take the exit coming up over here. There's our exit right there. And we're going to wait for the next time that the HOV lane begins, so we can finally put that Dodge to rest. So we're keeping our eyes open for the next opportunity to enter the HOV lane. But back to the point system. If you recall, we talked about the probation period for the new licensed drivers that lasts for 6 months. After you get off the probation, you go on to what New York State calls the point system. And the point system allows you a total of 11 points in an 18-month period. If you get any tickets, you will get points on your license as well as a fine. Speeding tickets range from 3 to 11 points. So if you're speeding from 1 to 10 miles over the posted speed limit, that is a 3-point violation. 11 to 20 is 4 points. 21 to 30 is 6. Oh, ding, 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 ding. We got to stop right there at 6 points. Why, you ask? Because there is something that they call a driver assessment fee that will be assessed to you if you acquire 6 or more points in one traffic stop. 6 or more points in one traffic stop will get you the $300 driver assessment fee. That fine can only be paid 2 ways. It will either be $300 in one shot or $100 a year for 3 years. The vehicle that's about to pass us in the HOV lane just crossed over the HOV barrier about a quarter mile back. But we don't have to worry about him slowing things down because he's only going about 85 miles per hour. Okay? We come into the HOV lane and try to maintain a safe speed. Back to the point system. After you pay that driver assessment fee, if you get any more points, you're heading towards losing your license, because once again, only 11 points is allowed. So, going 31 to 40 miles over the speed limit, that is 8 points on your license, and more than 40 miles over the speed limit, will get you that 11 points. That would be an automatic license suspension. So we're sitting here in the HOV lane, and another car just went over the divider. I gotta see one of these guys getting pulled over. It's gotta happen. They keep crossing over the divider and getting away with it. So right now we've got our cruise control set. No, I'm not going to tell you how much it's set on, but we do have our cruise control set. What exactly is cruise control? Cruise control is a computer-operated system that maintains the speed for your car that you set it for. And this way, you can relax, keep your foot down, relax, not in that up position on or over the brake or the gas. But you do have to keep it, you know, kind of hanging around, so that way, just in case you need to, it's there. What was that? Oh, you wanted to finish the point system. Sure. Let's talk a little bit more. The point system, as if I haven't talked enough in these 12 videos, the point system, after the speeding tickets, you've got tickets like reckless driving, you've got following too closely, which is also known as tailgating, whereas you're too close to the vehicle that's in front of you. You can also get tickets for having inadequate brakes on your vehicle. Now, my videographer and I, no, we haven't given you our names. That's okay. You don't need them. We also drive the driving school cars. And if you're driving an employer's vehicle, if that vehicle has inadequate brakes, you got to take it to job. No, you got to take it wherever you need to take it, because if you're driving that employer's vehicle, you try to stop, you don't stop because you got inadequate brakes, it's you who's going to get the ticket, and you're going to lose 2 points on your license when you're driving an employer's vehicle and that has inadequate brakes. There's also a really big one, and that's the cell phone. Cell phones are a 5-point violation on the driver's license. 5 points. That's almost halfway to losing your license. So 5 points for any cell phone violations. That's also a $150 fine with a $60 surcharge from the traffic courts. So you're at $210 in fines and 5 points against the license. Beautiful day, not too sunny, which is nice. Temperature is nice. Here comes another illegally passing vehicle. Ah, I thought for sure he was going to cross the line, because he crossed the solid line behind us. How do I know all this stuff? Because I use my mirror constantly. Every 5 to 8 seconds, I'm using my rear view mirror. I know what's going on around me. I use my side view mirrors. I keep my position in the lane correctly by using the side view mirrors.
Now, can you tell me if I'm going to have to go on a parkway or an expressway on my road test?
And the answer there is no. There are no parkways or expressways on the road test. Now, we got a little bit of an issue coming up here, but he's kind of pulled over, so I think I'm going to be okay. For a second there, it looked like he was going to be right there in my lane. They're sweeping the road. Sweep it up, guys. Road work ahead. Actually, that truck should have been behind because the road work is gone now. Always learn to look ahead. Watch for any movement. Remember that one, guys? What could possibly come from that movement? And here comes another entrance for the HOV lane. Sometimes cars will be behind you. They don't like the speed you're going. They'll move into that entrance part and they'll try to pass you. Again, all this stuff totally illegal. So as I'm proving right now, the HOV lane is not the mega fast lane. You're just cruising at a nice normal speed, and if people want to go around you, let them. Who cares? There's no passing in the HOV lane, at least no legal passing. Again, the sign's telling us that if we want to go to exit 51, then we need to exit at this point coming up. But we don't want to go to exit 51. When this idea was originally proposed to me, I was to use the driving school car. I don't think so. I kind of like my own car. Now let's see what happens. He's going to try to pass me. Keep an eye on him. He's going to cut back in front of me any second now. Ta-da!
Oh! Crossed a double white line.
Is it easy to tell that someone's going to do something stupid? You know it. So that's his first stupid thing. That means, well, we all know stupid things come in threes. So he did one. If we keep an eye on him, he'll probably put on a show for us. People take chances like that. Police officers around, it ain't worth it. It certainly isn't worth it. Follow the rules of the road. On the right side a moment ago there was a sign and it said no commercial vehicles allowed in left lane or HOV lane, as we've been telling you. Okay, we got a nice big SUV that's about to creep up behind us. Let's see what this guy does. Again, we're at a nice normal speed, just cruising along. And a lot of times, you know, people just don't like it. And here he goes. And he's going to come right back in front of us any second now. Whoop! Is it so easy to tell what people are going to do before they even do it? Go join your friend up there, pal.
Don't they know the speed limit is the same in the HOV lane than it is on the rest of the lanes?
Absolutely correct. I think in the last 5 to 10 miles, we had 3 or 4 cars that crossed over the divider. 2 of them that crossed over the divider to pass us. You know, if you were to take up there, did you see that white car cutting across like that? He came out of the HOV lane, cut across. That's our buddy who made the first mistake. Now he just made his second mistake. And God help anybody that's going to be on the Sac to Coast Parkway for his third mistake. But that vehicle in front of us is traveling at a very high speed. Just how much time does he think he's going to save going at that speed? If you were to take a situation, a highway situation like this, now he's behind somebody else that's holding him up. Let's see if he passes. Come on, buddy, don't let us down. Here's where we need to zoom. But we're not going to worry about it. We know he'll end up doing something wrong, because if they do it once, they're going to do it again. And you know what, guys? They're going to keep doing it until they get caught. And once they get caught and they see how many points it's going to cost them and how much money it's going to cost them. So, back to the speed versus time. Okay. Taking a situation of a highway situation going, say, 30 miles, which would be, if we were to turn around and go the other way, it would be the distance from here to New York City. Okay? If a vehicle is traveling at 55 miles per hour and a vehicle is traveling at, say, 70 miles per hour, it might surprise you to know that the vehicle that's traveling at 70 miles per hour, or I should say, it won't surprise you to know that the vehicle traveling 70 is going to get there first. But how much sooner is he going to get there? The one traveling 70 will arrive 7 minutes before the one traveling 55. And the one traveling 70 is going to spend the whole time staring around, looking, where are the police, and he's holding, and he's trying to hold the wheel straight. He's going 70 miles an hour, and the one traveling 55 is just going to sit back, and they're going to relax. They're going to be in total control. They're not going to have to worry about any police or emergencies on the road, and they'll get there at the same. I mean, they're going to arrive, but they're going to get there, what, 7 minutes later? Big deal. 7 minutes. Okay? The only time 7 minutes really matters is when you're sitting in the office at the driving school and somebody calls up saying, my instructor's not here yet. What time is it? It's 3:32. What time's your lesson? 3:30. Give him a chance. Okay, here we go. We've got a great Jeep behind us now, and let's see if he decides to make a move. Because they get right up on you. Then we see if he's going to make a move. Everybody else behind us so far has made their move illegally. You know something? This is actually heading us towards the farms. Okay, he's making his move. Let's see if he exits or comes back in front of us. He is gonna exit. Wow, the first one to do it legally. Thank you. He actually exited. This is one video even I'm going to watch.
Well, we've been on this expressway for quite a while.
We certainly have. And all the fun that we've had in the HOV lane. control, when you start to go up a hill, it automatically maintains the speed that you set it for as you're going up the hill and as you're coming down a hill. So we picked up speed to maintain it going up the hill. Now we'll start going down the hill and you'll feel the vehicle start to slow down so it doesn't pick up too much speed. We have now got another tailgater behind us, and let's see what this one does. Was actually thinking of getting off at this exit, but let's take it one more. So the exit is coming up, and Mr. Mercedes is waiting for his opportunity. He's about to come around us on the right. He's going to speed up and come right back in front of us. Go!
There he goes.
OMG, he's actually exiting. Wow, that's 2. How about that? So we'll be taking the next exit. Maybe hop off this road a little bit. Riding in our 2018 Chevrolet Equinox, which unbelievably has only 8,080 miles. When I tell that to people, they're like, what? Do you ever drive that thing? And now my best friend is moving, so I won't even be driving up to his house in Connecticut 2 times a year, because that's where all the miles came from. That and an occasional trip to Yankee Stadium, but that's about it. And a few trips to the farms. You can get so many places using these highways.
Now, where does this expressway end?
This all goes all the way to Riverhead.
Oh, that's way out.
Bring your credit cards. They got the Tanger outlet malls out there in Riverhead. Could do some shopping. So we'll be waiting for the next opportunity to exit the HOV lane. We took the entire length of the HOV lane from Queens all the way to exit 61. I think 64 is where Wading River is. Could go check.
All right, how are we going to exit now?
We're going to put on our right signal. We're going to turn off our cruise control. We're going to move into the exit here. And we're going to cross over the dotted line into the left lane, and then to avoid being in that so-called fast lane, I'm going to move into the center lane. So that was the HOV lane, people. We had a lot of fun there. We watched a lot of illegal activity going on in that lane. yeah, look at that.
Oh,
Oh, hope you got that.
cut him right off.
Good thing we got out. 'Cause that would have been us.
One of the things we could mention is the fact that the parkways are patrolled by New York State troopers.
And what about the expressways?
The expressways are usually patrolled by the County Highway Patrol police officers.
Absolutely. So right now we are in Suffolk County, and the Suffolk County Police control this area. And if we were to go back east, once we crossed into Nassau County, then the Nassau County Highway Patrol would control that area. But as was stated, all parkways are patrolled by the state police. That's not to say that if you're on the parkway and a county police officer sees you doing something wrong that they can't pull you over, because believe me, they can. So, a nice little trip up to Wading River. Do that, my wife will kill me.
Too far.
No, she's had enough of the corn. Watch the conditions of these roads. It's time to start paving around here. So we're going to be getting off at the next exit. North Ocean Avenue, Mount Sinai and Patchogue. Right turn signal. Foot comes off the gas, not on the brake either. Moving into and out of the active lane of traffic before you can begin to start braking. Do not want to show the driver behind you your brake lights unnecessarily. As I stated before, there are going to be times where you won't have a choice. But in this particular case, we absolutely had a choice. And we made sure it was safe. Now we're going to change over into the left lane. And we'll be making a left turn at the light. So that way we can, yeah, I know, get back on. Okay, here we go. We want to be out of the no zone with this truck. So I want to stay far enough behind him where I can see at least one of his side view mirrors, which now I can. So guess what? He knows I'm there. And the last thing I need is all that fence tumbling over into my car. So I'm going to keep a nice safe distance. Watching the lines on the road. Driver well over the line. That makes it harder for us. Move into the turn lane. Notice it's a double turn lane. So we'll be in the immediate lane, which goes in which lane?
The left lane.
And the ones next to us?
In the right lane.
But sometimes they don't realize it, and they go directly to the left lane. And sometimes the car in the left lane doesn't realize it, and they go directly to the right lane. Oh, look ahead. There it is. West 495 New York. Should we have a little fun with the westbound HOV lane? I don't think so. I think we had enough of the HOV lane for today. Just wanted to get a chuckle out of you. No more HOV lane. See a lot of things in that HOV lane that aren't kosher.
We're heading back on the expressway, heading west towards Nassau County.
Sitting in the right lane, watching everybody go flying by us like we're sitting still. See, New York State, with the exception of the upstate highways, has a speed limit of 55 miles per hour. Other states and counties in New York have much higher speed limits. You can go through states like Georgia and North Carolina, South Carolina, where the speed limit's in Florida, where the speed limit's is 70 miles an hour. And you can actually drive 75 without a problem. It's the ones that go 90 that get the tickets. Now, looking at the sign above tells us that it takes us 7 minutes to get to 111, 13 minutes to get to the Sactico State Parkway, and 15 minutes to get to 231, which is Deer Park Avenue. Learn to look ahead, learn to look above. Notice how this driver is going to merge, and I gauged my speed appropriately so they could get right behind me. Sometimes I'm going to have to take my foot off the gas and let the driver that's merging get in front of me. Change lanes over to the left.
And why are you doing that?
Because there's a truck in front of me. And once I pass this truck, I will change lanes back in front. In order to change lanes safely, I need to make sure that I see the truck's front bumper and headlights in my rear view mirror. Then I'm going to signal, and I'm going to check my blind spot, and I'm going to move over safely. Next class that we're going to do for you guys, we're going to start working on practicing for the road test. Oh, great. Look at this guy. Yeah, sure. Go ahead. The mail must get through. Look at this guy swerving all over the place in the center lane with the truck on the trailer. Got to be aware of everything that's happening on the roadway. And to be honest, yeah, sometimes we do. We make a game of it. You know, this is our field. Okay? I'm on the field right now. I'm working my way to the goal line. And my goal line is to get back home to my family, because that's what it's all about. When you leave home that morning or afternoon or whatever, you want to be able to get back. You say goodbye to the dog, you want to say hello to the dog. She's going to be waiting at the door for her pepperoni, so somebody's got to be able to give that to her. Her name is Indy, by the way, because she was born on the 4th of July. She's 13 years old. She's a Border Collie Beagle mix and the love of my life.
Why is there a minimum speed sign?
Minimum speed means that you cannot drive anything under the minimum speed. Sometimes there might be vehicles that are towing something, or other vehicles that are having trouble with their vehicle, maybe in some kind of mechanical issues. And sometimes you'll get older people on the road, and the minimum speed that they can drive on a lot of these parkways and expressways is 40 miles per hour. So the speed limit is 55. The minimum speed is 15 miles less than the actual speed limit. So if a road has a 60 mile per hour speed limit like in some other states, then the minimum speed would be 45 miles per hour. Be doing some practice road tests. In fact, my videographer is going to act like the DMV examiner. DMV examiners, well, they're the ones that are going to sit there in the passenger seat while you're taking your road test. They will tell you what you need to do, and you do it. Oh, that's another interesting move. So when they tell you to do a 3-point turn, you do it. They tell you to make a right or a left at the light, you do it. Let's not forget the parallel park.
Looks like slow-moving traffic, so we try to pass them.
And again, the minimum speed is 40. Obviously, if you are doing a minimum speed, and a lot of times it's not just because you're doing the minimum speed, it's because you're on your cell phone and you can't focus on what the speed is. So a lot of times you'll see people that are going slower. If you have the opportunity to pass them safely, by all means, feel free. Staying in this lane until we get the chance to exit to get onto the Sac to Coast Parkway going south.
Okay, here's that sign that says no commercial vehicles. What does that mean?
It means that if you're going to exit to get onto the Sacticos Parkway going south, it could only be for residential type traffic. No trucks, no large school buses. So you always put on your signal. Might have put it on a mite early, but I ain't missing this exit. I've had a habit of missing exits.
Okay, we're exiting the LIE, and we're going to enter the Sacticos Parkway. So we're going from an expressway to a parkway. Is this school bus allowed on the parkway?
Yes, because it's a minibus. I didn't do that. Nobody saw that.
No commercial vehicles. Maximum vehicle height 7 feet 10 inches.
Remember we talked about the overpasses on the parkways and on the expressways. The overpasses on the parkways are much lower, but if you're coming from another state, and you're going to get onto one of our parkways and you're driving a big truck, but you missed the sign that said no commercial vehicles. Now here you are, you're on the road, no commercial vehicles. Oh no, what am I going to do? I've got a truck that's 14 feet high. Uh-oh. Oh, I better hope there's no overpasses. And here we go, heading south on the Sacticos Parkway. North, it's considered the Sunken Meadow Parkway.
Now it looks like we're going right on the parkway, so we didn't have to merge,
No,
or is it coming up?
Merge up ahead.
Slow down.
Okay, I'll slow down. Oop, Chevron time. That's for you, Frank.
And now we merge to the left to enter the Sacticos Parkway.
There's the Pilgrim Psych Center. Some of my students could use an hour or two over there.
We're going to cut this lesson in about a minute, and then we'll be back for class number 15.
Which will take us right into the reviews for the road test. So I hope you guys enjoyed this very interesting look at Long Island's highways and byways, parkways and expressways. And we did all of it in an hour and a half. We made a big giant circle from Nassau County to Queens County to Brooklyn, back to Nassau and Suffolk, and heading back to Nassau. And we'll see you guys for class 15 in just a few.
Okay, we're going to sign off.